welcome back to the video. Today we are going to learn about a new topic called as HCF and LCM. First of all, before learning about HCF and LCM, we should know some basic concept. Then I will talk about HCF and LCM. So before that, we should learn about what are factors, what are multiples and all that thing. So today we are going to learn in this video about factors. First, what are factors? Factors in simple way, if I say the number given by in the question, for example I can say 35, then which number is divisible by 35. For example, if I say 35 is divisible by 1, it is not divisible by 2, it is not divisible by 3, not divisible by 4, directly it is divisible by 5, and then 7, and then 35. So there are four numbers that are 1, 5, 7 and 35 which divides 35, which is completely divisible. So they are called as factors. For example, if I say 6, the factors of 6 is divisible by four numbers or four factors, you can say. First is 1, 2, 3 and then 6. Apart from these four numbers, there are no other numbers which is divisible, which completely divides the given number. So always remember one thing, the factors in factors always 1 and the given number is always divisible. For example, if I say 10, so 10 is divisible by 1, 2, 5 and 10. So you can see that here that 1 is and 10 is fixed. So given number and 1 is always divisible. Keep this in mind. Now we know what are factors. So we should also know some basic number system, that what are prime numbers. Prime numbers means what? Numbers which are divisible by only by 1 and itself. For example, if I say 3 is a prime number because 3 is a number which is not divisible by any other number. It is divisible by only 1 and 3 itself. So I can say that there are few numbers I can say that are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 15, 19, 17 is a number, 23 is a number. There are many most number, it is till infinity. So the numbers which are not divisible by any other number, that is it is divisible only by 1 and itself, that numbers are called as prime numbers. So now we should learn one more topic about prime numbers, that is prime factors. So we know factors. So what are prime factors? Prime factors are the numbers. For example, if I say 24, then whatever numbers are there, whatever factors of 24 are there, out of that which are the prime factors, that we have to find out. For example, if I say find prime factors of 24, so 24 is a number that what they have given. So what, by which number it is divisible? It is divisible by 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 and 24. So these are the numbers which are which divides the 24 completely. So out of these numbers, these are factors of 24. So now we know what are factors of 24, but now we have to find what are prime factors. So prime factors of 24 are the numbers which the factors of 24, out of that which are prime numbers. So I can say that 2 and 3 are the numbers which are prime factor. Understood? So circle prime numbers in chapter 1. Therefore prime factors of 24 are 2 and 3. Keep one thing in mind, many students get confused in whether 1 is prime number or not. So keep in mind that 1 is not a prime number. 1 is not a prime number. Keep in mind, many students do this mistake and they lose their marks. So you can see that prime factors of 24 is 2 and 3. Next, for example, we are going to learn about one more example, that is prime factors of 50. So what are prime factors of 50? First, before finding the prime factors, we should know what are the factors of 50. So I can see that 1, 2, 5, 10, 25 and 50 are the numbers which divides 50 completely. Apart from these numbers, there are no other numbers which divides the number 50. So now what are prime numbers in this? Out of these 5 numbers, there are 2 prime numbers, that is 2 and 5. The prime factors of 50 are 2 and 5. Is that easy? Now I will just let you know one simple trick of finding the factors. Many students do this mistake in finding the factors, so I will teach you one simple trick. Always start with 1. So but because we know that 1 is a number which divides all other numbers. So if I say 1, for example 35 factors are 1 is a common number, and write the last number. So 1 into 35 is what? 35. So 1 and 35 I wrote over here. Now 2 is not divisible, 35 is not divisible by 2. 3 is not divisible, 35 is not divisible by 3. 35 is not divisible by 4. 35 is directly divisible by 5 now. Then what times 5 we get 35? 5 sevens are. So I wrote 5 sevens. You can see it very easily. I can find all the factors of 35. Out of that, after that, there are no other numbers. 6, only 5 is there. Then 6 is not there. Only 7 is there. So already I have written 7 5s are over here. So 5 and 7 are numbers what we have already written. So apart from 7, there is apart from 5, 7 and 1 and 35, there are no other numbers which divides completely. So one more example I will give over here. Factors of 24. So we know that 1 into 24 is 24. So I wrote 1 and 24. Now 2 into 12 is 24. So I wrote 2 and 12. Then I will go with 3. 3 8s is 24. So I wrote 3 8 and 3 and 8. Then I will go with 4. 4 5s are 4 6s is 24. So I wrote 4 6s. Then 5 is not divisible. Now again if I see, I get the same number, it is 6. So to stop over here. So apart from this many factors, there will be no other factors unless you do a mistake in that. If you don't know how to, if you are finding it difficult to find the factors like this way, you can go by simply by finding by dividing one number and check whether it is divisible or not. If the divisible means what? Divisible means remainder should come 0. If remainder is not coming 0, that means that number is not dividing that particular given number completely. Next, I'll explain with more examples over here. Exercise 8a, write all factors of 84. So 84 is a big number. So by dividing every number 1, 2, 3, it takes a lot of time. To keep one thing in mind, the way I have written over, you can write in that way. So we always start with 1. So 1 into how much times we get 84. When we multiply 1 with 84, I get 84. So I wrote 1 into 84. Then after 1, which number is that? 2. So 2, how much times I multiply 2, I get 84. If I multiply 2 with 42, I get 84. Therefore I wrote 2 into 42. Then 3. 3 multiplied by 28, we get 84. Then 4. 4 into 21. Since 5 is not divisible, therefore not written 5 over here. Directly I came at 6. 6 is divisible by 84. Yes, it is divisible by 6 into 14. And the second is 7. So 7 into 12. And then 8. 8 is not 84 is not divisible by 8. 9 is also not divisible. 10 is also not divisible. 11 is also not divisible. Now comes 12. So 12 is divisible or not? Yes, 12 is divisible by 84. That 12 sevens are. So here when numbers are repeating, that time will stop. As soon as numbers start repeating, that time will stop, and we will write all these numbers as a factors. For example, over here, 84's factors are 1, 2. You can check simultaneously over here what I am saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 12, 14, 21, 28, 42 and 84. So this is the arrow what I have given you. First write from one smaller number and then go reverse around the way. And these all are the factors of 84. Apart from this, there are no other factors. Unless you do a mistake, there are chances that you miss one of the factor. But if you do it carefully and perfect with attention and concentration, then you might get all the factors of 84. So numbers are big, then you can easily follow this method. For example, if numbers are small, then not necessary to follow this method. So I can say that 1 and 15, 3 and 5, these are the 4 factors which divides the 15 completely. So this was the way of finding the factors. Now we'll find the prime numbers. Okay, sorry, we will write all the prime numbers between 15 and 35. If I say between, remember one thing, whenever the word between comes, so between, whenever the word comes, keep again that thing in mind, that we will ignore that numbers what they have given. It is 15 and 35. Understood? Keep this in mind. Many students do this mistake. They include 15 and 35 in the answer, but they are saying between. If I say there are two students sitting in a row, for example, Mr. A, Mr. B, and Mr. C. So if I say that Mr. B is sitting between Mr. A and Mr. B, Mr. C. Again, I am repeating. If I say that Mr. B is sitting between Mr. A and Mr. C, then it means that Mr. B is in middle. He is second. So we will only count how many numbers are there between the given numbers. So 15 and 35 के बीच में only the numbers which are there between that particular numbers, that only will write as a prime numbers. So 15 and 35, between that 15 and 35 there are something around 5 prime numbers, that are 17, 19, 23, 29 and 31. So these are the 5 numbers which are prime numbers between 15 and 35. If they give us, write the prime number from. So whenever they give us the word from, keep that in mind. We will include the numbers what they have given from. If I say when teachers call in classroom by a roll number, if they say from roll number 1 to roll number 18, come to my computer lab, then what we say is that, what we do is that from roll number 1 means we include 1 also and we include 18 also in that. So whenever the word from comes, we will include both the numbers. So over here, write the prime numbers from 5 to 45. So 5 also we have included and 45 also we have included. Okay, I missed over here by writing 45. I have to include 45 over here. So keep that in mind. There is a mistake over here. Here you should keep 45 over here. So see, this type of mistakes you might lose your marks. Keep whenever you are doing any type of stuff, keep concentrating on what you are doing. So 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and so on till here. I will write 45 over here. Don't forget if you write 45 over here. So this is the way of finding the prime numbers. So whenever they give from, include the numbers what they are asking for. Whenever they are giving between, exclude or remove the number what they are given to us. Now question number 4. Now we are going to learn about the prime factors of the given number. How to find the prime factors of the given number. So prime factors of 16. So first of all, find the factors. So as we have learned earlier, find the factors and then write the prime numbers in that factors. Then factors of 16 are 1, 2, 4 and 4, 8 and 16. You can see that 1 into 16, 2 into 8, then 3 is not divides 16, 4 divides 4 4s. So I stopped over here because after 4 there is no other number which divides 16 completely. Understood? Because 5, 6 all are the number which does not divide 16 completely. Now how will I write? 1, 2, 4, 4, 8, 16. So keep one thing in mind, when numbers are repeating, don't repeat the numbers in the factors. Just write as it is, 1, 2, 4, skip this 4 and then write 8 and 16 over here. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, these are the factors, and out of these factors there is one number that is 2 over here, which is the prime factors. Therefore prime factors of 16 is equal to 2. Let us see one more example regarding that so it makes the concept more clear to you. Now find factors of 35. So these are factors of 35. That is 1 into 35 and 5 into 7. So there are 4 factors of 35. This is 1, 5, 7 and 35. So 5 and 7 are the numbers which are prime numbers. Therefore we circle it and then I write therefore prime factors are 5 and 7. Now question number 5. Question number 5 is same as question number 4. The only thing they have just given in some different way of finding, but the method is completely same. If Pn, that is what they have given in different way. If Pn means prime factor of n, here n means any number what they have given to us. That is, if Pn means prime factors of n, find P24. Matlab they are asking us to find the prime factors of 24. Means this P represents prime factor. So we have to find the prime factors of 24. So before finding prime factors of 24, we will find the factors of 24. So factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 and 24. Out of these numbers, 2 and 3 are the numbers which are prime numbers. Therefore prime factors of 24 are 2 and 3. Let us do one more example that will make the concept more clear. So they are asking prime factors of 42. Before finding prime factors of 42, we should find factors of 42. The factors of 42 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 14, 21 and 42. So these are the factors which divides the number 42 completely. Out of this number, there are 3 numbers which are prime numbers, that is 2, 3 and 7. Hope you have understood this particular part. It's very easy if you practice again and again, you will come to know. Now coming back to our chapter, what is HCF? In the next video we are going to learn about LCM. In this video we are only going to learn about HCF and what is HCF and how to find HCF by 3 different methods. So HCF means what? HCF means highest common factor. So highest common factors is the number of 2 or more numbers is the greatest number that divides each given number completely. Means what? If I say the factors of 8 and 12, so 8 and 12, these are the numbers what they have given to us. Then 4 is the only number which is largest number that divides 8 and 12 completely. There are many other factors, but what is the highest factor in this? The highest factor is 4. Therefore I can say the HCF of 8 and 12 is 4. I'll explain with an example in front of the video. Here it is. But before finding the HCF, we should know that there are 3 methods of finding HCF. Now we are going to learn first about common factor method. The 3 different methods. You can follow any method until unless they ask something particular method to follow in exam. If they ask any other, if they ask find HCF by any method of your choice, you can do it by any method, whatever you feel like easy. Okay. So, but I personally believe you can go with common factor method or prime factor method. So these are both methods which are very easy. Even third method is easy, but it takes a little bit more time to solve. So over here, first example of common factor method. Using common factor method, find HCF of 36 and 48. So first, always remember one thing, that in this type of sums in common factor method, we always find the factors of the given numbers. So factors of 36 are written over here and factors of 48 are written over here. Then they are asking us to find the HCF by common factor method. So we have find the factors. Now we have to find the common factors which are there. So if I see the sum properly, if I see the factors properly, then 1 is repeating over here, 2 is repeating, 3 is repeating, 4 is repeating, 6 is repeating, 9 is not repeating over here, 12 is repeating, 18 is not repeating and 36 is also not repeating. So whatever numbers I have circled over here, these all numbers are the common factors. Therefore I can say the common factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Since we are finding the highest common factor, so if I see that the highest factor from this particular list of numbers is 12, therefore I can say that the highest common factor of 36 and 48 is 12. Hope you have understood this type of sum. To explain it more clearly, let us understand one more example of the common factor method to find HCF. So they are given us the number. Find the HCF of 18, 27 and 36. So first of all, we know that we have to find the factors of 18, 27 and 36. So these are the factors of 18, 26, 27 and 36. So I can see that 1, 1, 1. These are the factors which is common. 1, 1, 1 is in all the 3 numbers what they have given. Now 2 is over here, 2 is not there over here, therefore not count that particular part. Though it is over here, but it should repeat in all the 3 numbers whatever they have given to us. Now 3 is over here, 3, 3, 3. Therefore I have circled 3, 3, 3. And then again 9, 9 and 9. So I have to circle 9 also. 6 is not there, 18 is not there. No other numbers are there which are common in this. There are 3 numbers, that is 1, 3 and 9 which are common. So common factors of 1, 3 and 9. Common factors are 1, 3 and 9. Therefore I can say that C of 18, 27 and 36 is 9. Hope you understand this particular type of sum is very easy. Now you can go through this sum on your own and you can find. Okay, no, I will just explain this type of sum. It's easy, nothing to worry about, that is very easy. There's only one thing you have to keep in mind. The 16, 32 and 49 are the numbers. You have to find the HCF using common factor method. So these are factors what you have found. 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16 are the factors of 16. And then 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 and 32 are factors of 32. 1, 7 and 49 are the factors of 49. Now you can see that there is no other number which is common. Only 1 is common in the given factors. So I can write 1, I have circled only 1. Therefore common factor is equal to 1. Therefore HCF of 16, 32 and 49 is 1. It might be some case where you don't get any other factors, but keep one thing in mind, 1 is the common factor for every number whatever they have given to us, because 1 is a number which divides all the numbers in the natural number system. Keep this in mind. Next, now we have completed with the first method. Now we are going to learn about second method. So what is prime factor method? So prime factor method means what? Just find the prime factors of the given number, and whatever number they have given, find the HCF from that. So if I say that find the HCF of 15 and 25, so we have to first find the prime factors. So we have to find the prime factor. One more method of solving finding the prime factor is by doing this way. So 15 and 25, I wrote 15 first. I will start with 1, sorry, I will start with 2. So 2 is not divisible by 15. Then I will go with next bigger number, that is 3. 3 5 is 15, therefore I wrote 3 5. Now again second number 5, so 4 is not divisible by 5, is not divisible by 4, then I will go with 5. So 5 1s are 5. These are two prime factors of 15. So prime factor of 15 is 3 and 5. Now for 25, 5 5s are 5 1s are. So our prime factors of 25 is 5 into 5. Now what are the common prime factors in this? I can see that there is only one 5 which is common in both, therefore I wrote 5 over here. Since the common prime factor is 5, therefore HCF of 15 and 25 is 5. What if there are two numbers common? So I will explain with an example over here. For example, if there you can see that only one number is common, therefore directly I wrote 5. What if there are more than one number which are common in that? So I can say that, for example, find the HCF of 24, 12, 36 and 60. So before finding that, before finding the HCF, we have to find the prime factors of prime factors of the given numbers. So prime factors of 24 is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Prime factors of 12 is 2 into 2 into 3. Prime factor of 36 is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. And prime factor of 60 is 2 into 2, 3 into 5. These are prime factors. Now one by one mark the numbers. So I can see that your first 2 is there everywhere. Means 1, 2 is present everywhere. So I wrote 2 over here. Therefore just underline the numbers. See, you can check where I underline over now. Yeah. Now next, again I can say there is one more 2 which is there in all the prime factors. So therefore circle it now over here, here and here. Now if I say here there is 2, one more 2 is there, but it is not there in any other prime factor. Understood? It should be there in all the prime factors what they have given, what we have found. Now we will go for another number, that is 3. So here the 3 is there, which is there in every prime factors, that is 3, 3, 3 and 3. Therefore I will circle it also. Now there are 3 numbers what I got common is, that is 2, 2 and 3. Now just simply multiply it. 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 3 is 12. And whatever answer you get, that is the HCF, that is the highest common factor. Therefore you can see that the highest common factor is 2 into 2 into 3 is equal to 12. Hope you have understood this particular type of sum. I will explain more types of sum in the further part of the video. So just concentrate on what I am teaching next. The next topic what I am teaching, that is co-prime numbers, is one of the most important topic, and 100% they ask in exam. So please concentrate and listen to some what I am teaching you now. So before learning how to find the HCF of co-prime numbers, we should know what is co-prime numbers. So co-prime numbers are numbers in which there are no common prime factors. For example, if I say this is what we have got over here, there are some common prime factors, that is 2, 2 and 3. But there will be some numbers which does not have any common prime factor. So what about that numbers? So that numbers are called as co-prime numbers. Again I am repeating, the numbers which do not have any co-prime numbers any common prime numbers, that time I can say it is a co-prime number. Again that co means common, so common prime numbers are not there, then I can say it is a co-prime number. Now, but before finding anything, I can give you a note to you. Whenever keep thing in mind, if you think that particular numbers are co-prime numbers, then always remember one thing, that the HCF of co-prime numbers is always 1. Keep this in mind, HCF co-prime number is always 1. I will explain with an example over here why it is 1, that also I will explain the example. So they are asking, I don't know, this find the HCF of 39 175 is a co-prime number, I don't know. 39 175 co-prime numbers I don't know. So what I will do, simple follow the methods what they are given to us. We will find the prime factors first. So you can find the prime factor by this method. So 39, that is divided by 3, then I get 3 13s are and 13 1s are. Now see, normally we stop over here. 13 1s are, we stop over here. but I just write one more step over here, that is 1 ones are, that's it. Now 175 factors are 5 35s are, 5 sevens are, 7 ones are, and 1 ones are. Then again I will stop. Then what are the prime factors of 39? It is 3, 13 and 1. So 3 into 13 into 1. And what are prime factors of 175? 5 into 5 into 7 into 1. Now you can check that these are the numbers. 1, see there is no common prime factor. But over here 1 and 1 is repeating. Therefore I can say that the when only 1 is repeating, when only there is one number, that is 1, it is repeating and no other number is repeating, that time I can say that the given numbers are co-prime numbers. And since it is a co-prime number, we have already noted that the HCF is 1. Since 39 and 175 have no common factors, therefore 39 and 175 are co-prime numbers. Therefore HCF of 39 and 175 is equal to 1. You can see over there only one number is there over here, that is 1 itself is repeating over here. Therefore HCF of 139 and 175 is 1. I will explain more examples in the further part of the video. Now fine, okay, now we are going to learn about the next method. So that method name is division method. So we have already learned about common factor method, we have learned about prime factor method. Now this is division method. It is little bit tricky, but if you understand and do it with proper care, avoiding mistake, you will get a right answer. That is 100% sure. It's very easy. How we do normal division, the same way we have to do. Nothing to worry about that. So find the HCF of 36 and 60. So what I will do is, first how will I write, how we write in division form, the same way I will write. You can use the division sign what I have written, or you can follow the normal division sign. So 36 and 60. So whatever the bigger number is there, put inside the bracket or inside the division sign. So always remember one thing, whatever the big numbers are there, always come inside the division sign. Keep this in mind. That's it. Nothing to worry now. Now 36 ones are 36. 36 ones are is 36. So what we'll do next step? We'll subtract. So 60 minus 36 is 24. Therefore 24 over here. Now there is only one thing you have to keep more in mind. This 36 which was there over here, I will just put this 36 over here. Whatever this 36 number was given over here, I just wrote it next to the remainder of what I've got. This is the remainder. So next to remainder, I make a box and write it over inside that box. Now again we'll perform division. 24 ones are 24. See, 24 twos are is 48, but we need less than 36. The only number which is divisible by 36 divisible is 24 ones are. So 24 ones are 24. Then when we subtract, that time we get answer as 12 over here. Start with 12. Now again this 24 I will write over here. If you continue till I get remainder as 0. So this 24 I wrote inside over here. Then I will write 12 twos are 24. Again I am saying 12 twos are 24. So 24 minus 24 is 0. Therefore I can say that the HCF of the given number, that is 36 and 60, is 12. How I got 12? Why only 12? Because this is a number which is highest number in which it completely divides the given number. It is 36 and 60. There are many other numbers, but 12 is the highest number which divides 36 and 60 completely. So therefore I will always write answer whatever the last divisor. What is the divisor? Number which divides. Divisor is a number which divides. So this number which is there, last divisor, always I will write as HCF. I have written over here, last divisor is HCF. Therefore HCF is equal to 12. Keep this in mind. If you want to understand, you can go back again, you can listen to the video, and again you can try to understand this type of sum. So this is very easy. I know this first time you are learning, but once you practice 1, 2 sum, 3, 4 sums, if you get right, and then you can learn and you can keep a habit of practicing again and again, then you will understand more better. Next, find the HCF of 18, 24 and 32. So this sum I did, they were asking to solve by any other method. They have not mentioned what method you have to solve, but I have done with the example with the help of division method. I just wanted to explain one more sum, therefore I am doing this sum now. 18, 24 and 32. So there are 3 numbers now. When there were 2 numbers, we should write the bigger number inside. So what about this type of number when there are 3 numbers? Simple. The rule never changes. Rule remain the same. What I will do, I will take 2 numbers at a time. two numbers, take any two numbers. You can take 24, 32, you can take 18, 32, and you can take 18, 24. But what we prefer is we always take first two numbers together. So I will find the HCF of the first two numbers. Step 1, find the HCF of first number, that is 18 and 24. So HCF of 18 and 24 is the method, by division method, is the bigger number will go inside and the small number will come outside. So 18 ones are 18. So when I subtract 24 minus 18, I get 6 as the answer. Therefore wrote 6 over here. Now I will bring this 18 inside. So over here 6 3s are 18. Now the remainder is 0. So the HCF of 18 and 24 is 6, because this is a divisor. As we know, a divisor, last divisor is always the HCF. Keep in mind, last divisor. So this is the HCF of 18 and 24. Now HCF of 18 and 24 is 6. Now what I will do? What I will do is, the whatever HCF I've got over here, I will use that HCF to find the HCF of that particular number and the number which is left. So if I say 32 was left, therefore I will use this HCF and that number which is left, that is 32, and find the HCF of both. Then I will get the final answer. So what I will do? Find the HCF of 32 and 6. That is, 6 will come outside, 32 will go inside, because 32 is bigger than 6. So 6 5s is 30 and the remainder is 2. So 2 3s is 6 and the remainder is 0. So I can say that this is the number which is highest common factor of the given number, that is 2. So HCF of given number 18, 24 and 36 is 2. Hope you understand this type of sum is very easy. Keep practicing again and again. Try to solve the sum, one more sum from the textbook on your own. That will make a concept more clear. Next, exercise 8b. Okay, so there are some sums which I am solving that makes your concept more clear. As I told earlier in the part of the video, I will be explaining more types of sum that will make the concept more clear. So using the common factor method, find the HCF of 24, 36, 45 and 60. So they have asked to find the HCF by common factor method. It's very easy. Find all the factors of 24. You can say find all the factors of 24, 36, 45 and 60. Now if I see that there are two numbers, that is 1, you can see that repeating everywhere. 2 is repeating only in three parts, that is 24, 36 and 60. But it is not repeating in 2, therefore not take 2 over there. It is not repeating in 45, therefore not take 2 over there. So I have removed 2. Now 3 is repeating everywhere, you can see, and there is no other number which is repeating everywhere. So these are the two numbers, that is 1 and 3. So common factors of 24, 36, 45 and 60 is 1 and 3. In exam also, if you want, you can just underline the word, you can circle the word, circle the number, does not matter over here. So you can do by any way, you can underline or you can circle it. So common factor of 24, 36, 45 and 60 is 1 and 3. Now therefore HCF of 24, 36, 45 and 60 is 3, because 3 is the largest number, it is the highest number in the common given factors. Now next, using the prime factors method, find the HCF of 48, 84 and 88. So prime factor of 48, 84 and 88 are. So first of all, we will find the prime factors. So as I told, we can find the prime factor by using this method also. So 2 24s are, 2 12s are, 2 6s are, 2 3s are and 3 1s are. Always start with 2 and increase the numbers step by step. So and 84 is 2 42s are, 2 21s are, 2 21s are, 3 7s are, 7 1s are, and 88 you can check over here. It is 2 44, 2 22, 2 11s are, and 11 1s are 11. Now I will write all the prime factors what I have got over here by writing in this manner: 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3, and then for 84 and for 88 I will do the same thing. Whatever I have got over here, I will just copy it down over here. I am putting multiplication in between. If I am not putting multiplication, then it will be considered as wrong. So since the common prime factors of 48, 84 and 88 is 2 and 2, you can see that there is 1 2 which is repeating everywhere, there is one more 2 which is repeating everywhere, there is nothing other, there is no other number which is repeating. See here it is 2, one more 2 is there, but it is not repeating this particular part. There is already there were two 2's over here which we have already marked, and only here it is there, but here it is not there, therefore not considered 2. And 3 also, you can see that 3 is present over here and here, but it's not there over here, therefore not considered 3 also. So therefore the common prime factors of 48, 84 and 88 is 2 comma 2. Therefore HCF of 48, 84 and 88 is 2 into 2, that is 4. Let us solve one more example. 24 and 49. Prime factors of 24 and 49. It is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3, and 49 is 7 into 7. Now you can see that there are no other numbers which have common number over here. There is no other number which is common. So apart from, as we know that only 1 is common for every number, therefore I can say, since there is no other factors which are common, therefore I can say they are common. They are called as co-prime numbers. They are called as co-prime numbers. Therefore HCF of 24 and 49 is 1. As we know, the co-prime number HCF is always 1. Now again, division method. So using the division method, find the HCF of the following: 70, 80, 120 and 150. It is one of the easiest sum over here. So what I will do, I will take two numbers. There are 4 numbers here. Take 2 numbers at a time and solve. So one is 70 and one is 80 I have taken. What I will do is 80 I will write inside and 70 I will write outside. So 70 ones are 70 and the remainder is 10. And this 70 I will write over here. So 10 sevens is 70. Now remainder is 0. So the HCF of 70 and 80 is 10. Why 10? Because we always consider last divisor as the HCF when you do division method. Now you can see that HCF of 70 and 80 is 10. Now next. Now we have already got the HCF as 10 and I take another number, it is 120. So 10 and 120. So 10 will come outside, 120 will come inside. So 10 12s is 120. Therefore remainder is 0 over here. So I can say there is only one divisor, it is 10. Therefore HCF of 10 and 120 is 10. Now again I have got this 10 and I will find the HCF of 10 and 150, that is the last number. So 10 15s is 150. Therefore I take a remainder as 0. Again the HCF is 10. Therefore HCF of 10, 120, 80 and 150 is 10 over here. Hope you have understood. This type of thing is very easy. Now if in exam they ask you to find by the prime factor method, by any method of your choice, then personally I believe two things: that if the numbers are small, then you can go by first two methods. First two methods are common prime factor, common factor method, and prime factor method. Common factor method and prime factor method are the two methods which are the first two. If there are small numbers, you can go by these two methods. But if I request you, if you know division method properly and the numbers are big, then I request you to go by division method, because when the numbers are big, it makes the work more tedious in common factor method and prime factor method. So you can use this division method if the numbers are big, like for example 120, 80, 70, 150, and all the numbers are big. So if you are doing by common factor method or prime factor method, it will take a lot of time to do that sum. So, and you might have chances that you might do a small mistake in that, and you might get a whole sum wrong. But in division, if you practice division method properly, then any sum you can do by division method. But you have to be very careful, very we should do with proper care, so do not do any silly mistake while solving the sum. Now, second last sum. So here, find the greatest number that divides each of 180, 225 and 315 completely. So over here they have given 3 numbers to us, that is 180, 225 and 315, and we have to find the greatest number that divides it completely. So you can see that they are asking us to find the greatest number. So simply whenever you see the word greatest, always keep one thing in mind, that they are asking us to find the HCF. So here we will find the HCF. As I told, you can go by any method, since the numbers are bigger, but I just wanted to teach you in a better way if we have gone in a prime factor method. So you can go by division method also, you can go by prime factor method, or you can go by common factor method. They have not mentioned any method what we have to follow, but I personally believe go with division method if you know it clearly. But if you don't know, if you are getting confused, then you can follow this prime factor method and find the answer. So prime factor of 180 is 2, 2, 3, 3 and 5. So you can see how I have got this particular number. I got these numbers from over here, and then 225 I got 3 into 3, 5 into 5. You can see over here 3 into 3, 5 into 5, and then factors of 315 is 3 into 3 into 5 into 7. Now what are the common factors over here? I can see that 3 is common. See this 2 and 2. There is no other 2 over here in 225 and 315 factors. There is no 2. They will not count only. Now there is 3. 3, 3, 3. There is one more 3 which is repeating everywhere. 3, 3, 3, and there is 1 5 which is repeating on all the prime factors. It is 5, 5 and 5. So therefore the common prime factors are 3, 3 and 5. Therefore HCF of 180, 225 and 315 is 3 into 3 into 5. Therefore 3 into 3 is 9 and 9 5 is 45. Therefore final answer of HCF of 180, 225 and 315 is 45. Now last sum. Show that 45 and 60 are co-prime numbers. They are asking us to show. So we have to just prove whether it is co-prime number or not. Mostly it is a co-prime number. So what I will do is I find the prime factors of 45 and 56. That is 3 into 3 into 5 and 56 is 2 into 2 into 2 into 7. Then I can see that there are no other numbers which is common. There is not a single number is common over here. Therefore I can see since there are no common prime number factors, therefore 45 and 56 are co-prime numbers. If they ask in further part of the question, that over here in further part they ask that find the HCF also, then we know that common co-prime numbers have the HCF 1. Now just add one more statement over here, that HCF of co-prime numbers, that is 45 and 56 is equal to 1. Now I just explain one more part in related with sum is कि whenever they are asking us to prove co-prime numbers are there or not there, always and always you have to follow only one method, that is prime factor method. Apart from prime factor method, you are not able to, it will be very difficult to find whether his co-prime numbers are there or not there. So but I request that always go with prime factor method if they are asking to find co-prime numbers are there or not there. So this is the end of the video. We have learned about how to find the HCF by 3 different methods. We have learned about what are prime numbers, we have learned about what are factors, we have also learned about co-prime numbers, and in the next video or in the next lecture we are going to learn about LCM and what is LCM, what is multiples, how to find LCM by 3 different methods. So that is the end of the first part of the video. If you understand it, write the sums properly, try to solve more and more sums on your own so that it makes the concept more clear. Hope you have understood everyone. Thank you.